This video app review is brought to you by the iPhoneAppReview.com.
Hey everyone, Sarah Hanlon here with the iPhoneAppReview.com, and today we're taking a look at 4Dots, which is a really fun connect the dots game for iPhone and iPad. It's available to download from the App Store for free, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how it works. So the goal of 4Dots is to populate the screen with as many squares as you can, as quickly as you can, in order to beat your opponent. The overall goal is to have more squares than your opponent, so as you can imagine, the game gets pretty tricky. This is the main screen of 4Dots, and as you can see, you can challenge a robot, you can challenge other players around the world, or you can play a game locally against a friend. So for our quick demonstration, go ahead and start a game against the robot. As you can see at the top of the screen, there is a timer that counts down. And as it's counting down, you have to make sure you make your move in the time allowed. If you don't, well, you'll see in a second. But at the top of the screen, there are power-ups such as hints and extra time, which cost you coins, and we'll touch on that in a second. But as you can see, if you don't make your move in time, basically your move is passed and your opponent gets to make their move instead. So, as I mentioned before, the goal is to play quickly and to play accurately and try to outsmart your opponent and make squares as quickly as you can. And one of the things I do want to mention is, as you can see, once your opponent makes a square, they can make an extra move. So, as you can probably imagine, that can lead to some tricky situations if you have chains going on. And just to show you real quick, this is the perfect example of it. This is where the extra move really comes in handy. And unfortunately, you can't always control it because luck and strategy play very heavily into this game. So now we can finally make a few moves at least. One thing I do like about 4Dots is that the AI is pretty unpredictable. There are times when I've won 21-4, and there are times, as you can see, where I've lost and only could make 2 squares. This is great practice, and it's a big difference between 4Dots and other games, because a lot of times the AI really isn't that smart. At least this one kind of poses a bit of a challenge. And as I mentioned before, at the top of the screen, you can get extra time, you can also get hints, but you have to spend coins in order to do this, and coins can only be earned by playing against other players. So keep that in mind. You can also purchase them via in-app purchase, and I'll show you that in a second. But as you can see, 4Dots is incredibly simple and straightforward, but there's a lot that goes into it as far as strategy, especially if you're playing against another person, because as you can see, it's very easy to make one wrong move and your opponent easily has a one-up on you. But I really like the fact that it's got a ton of playability, and I also like the fact that you can play locally as well as online. So we'll go ahead and check out the shop, and as you can see, 4Dots does have ads at the bottom of the screen, but personally, I don't think they're incredibly intrusive. There aren't full screen pop-ups or anything like that. They just kind of sit at the bottom of the screen. If they bug you, you do have the option of disabling them for 99 cents. You can also purchase coin packs from 99 cents for 100 coins all the way up to 20,000 coins for $100. And coins can also be spent on emblems, which is basically like your player profile picture. As you can see, we have an emblem there. Each emblem costs 100 coins, and like I mentioned, you can only earn coins by playing against other people, but you can also earn them by watching ads and stuff like that. As far as overall thoughts on 4Dots, I think it's a really fun game that has a ton of playability potential, especially considering the fact that you can play against the robot, against other players around the world, and locally against a friend. This means no matter where you are or what you're doing, you can always play the game. Plus, I like the fact that the AI is incredibly intelligent, and it's really hard to predict what it's going to do, and it really gives you a run for your money and makes you strategize as far as your gameplay goes. Again, 4Dots is available to download from the App Store for free, and is universally compatible with iPhone and iPad. This has been Sarah Hanlon with the iPhone App Review.com taking a look at 4Dots. Till next time.